analyzing the shape of the graph, come on down. You're the next contestant on How to Do Math. All right, first, analyze the shape of a graph. This is a bell curve. All right, so here we have a number line with a dot plot above it telling us where our data is. Our question, how old were you when you lost your first tooth? And this data came back as a general bell curve. We call it a bell curve because it has a general feel and look like a bell, up and down, just like that. Alright, so that's a bell curve. Next, we have a skewed graph. So skewed says we have some data way up here and then some way down there, and it's all skewed to one end. Now, if it asks you which side is skewed, it's skewed after the tail. So this would be a skewed right data graph. Okay, because the skew is down here. These two spots, these two data points at 6 and 7 are skewing my graph to that direction. Those two kids lost their teeth later, and it's skewing the rest of my data. Okay? Up next, we have clusters and gaps. Okay? Clusters and gaps is pretty self-explanatory. We're going to have clusters where we have some data. Then we're going to have nothing. And then clusters where we have some data. And then nothing. And then clusters. So, we're going to have spots where we have data. There are spots where we are missing data. There's gaps. Spots where we have, spots where we're missing. That's a clusters and gaps. Alright. A peaks. Peaks kind of look like a bell curve, but there's more than one of them. So it looks like a bell curve twice in this case. So we have two separate peaks. We have one peak here and then one peak here. Okay, so a little dull in the middle, so we lost some data but then gained it back. Okay, so that's a peaks graph. And the last one we're going to go through is uniformed distribution graphs. So that basically says it's kind of flat. It doesn't change a whole lot throughout all of our data. It's going to come up and down a little bit, but basically it's pretty uniform. Everything's the same throughout. Alright, so those are our basic ways we can analyze and name the distribution and the shape of a graph. Hope it helps.